Welcome back to Z Coins. Imagine finding a single penny that could make you a millionaire. Sounds like a dream, right? But for coin collectors and treasure hunters, this is no dream. It's reality. Welcome to the fascinating world of rare coins, where even a humble Lincoln penny could be worth thousands or even millions. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1968 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, its history, and why some of these coins could be worth a staggering $9 million. Stay tuned until the end because you won't believe the current market values. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1968 D Lincoln penny, let's take a step back and talk about the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny was groundbreaking because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than allegorical figures. Over the years, the Lincoln cent became one of the most recognizable coins in the world. Now fast forward to 1968. This was a turbulent time in American history. The Vietnam War, civil rights movements, and political upheaval dominated the news. Meanwhile, at the Denver Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies were being struck. But not all of these coins were ordinary. So what's the deal with the 1968 D Lincoln penny? Well, most 1968 pennies are worth their face value, just 1 cent. But there are rare exceptions. These exceptions often arise from minting errors or unusual characteristics that make certain coins stand out to collectors. First, let's talk about the D Mint mark. This indicates that the penny was minted at the Denver Mint. In 1968, the Denver Mint produced over 2.8 billion pennies, so they're not rare in general. However, what makes some of these coins incredibly valuable are the errors and unique variations. Some of the most sought-after 1968 D pennies have double die errors. This happens when the coin is struck twice with slight misalignment, creating a doubling effect on the text or design. Look closely at the words Liberty or In God We Trust. If you see doubling, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. And it doesn't stop there. Some coins were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet, the blank metal disc used to make a coin. These errors can skyrocket the coin's value. Now, let's address the big question. What's this about a 1968 D penny being worth $9 million? This extraordinary value is tied to a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. First, rarity plays a huge role. While billions of 1968 D pennies were minted, only a handful of error coins or special varieties exist. Second, condition matters immensely. In the coin world, a grading system is used to assess a coin's state, from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. A 1968 D penny in pristine condition with a rare error could easily sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. And then there are the legendary cases, the coins so rare and so desired that they fetch millions. While there's no confirmed $9 million sale of a 1968 D penny yet, collectors speculate that a perfect specimen with unique characteristics could someday reach this value. The coin market is unpredictable, and sometimes a single penny can become the centerpiece of a bidding war. So how can you tell if your 1968 D penny is worth more than 1 cent? Here are some tips to get started. First, inspect the mint mark. Look for anything unusual, such as doubling, misalignment, or even a missing mint mark. Next, look closely at the lettering on the coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on words, like Liberty or In God We Trust. Then, assess the overall condition. The fewer scratches and blemishes, the higher the grade. Coins in mint state condition are the most valuable. Finally, if you think you've found something special, consult a coin grading expert or send your coin to a professional grading service like PeaceGS or NGC. They'll help you determine its true value. Now, let's talk about current market values. As of today, most 1968 D pennies are worth 1 cent. However, coins with doubling or other errors can range from $50 to $1,000 or more. In some rare cases, high-grade error coins have sold for tens of thousands at auction. And remember, the coin market can fluctuate. A coin worth $1,000 today might be worth $2,000 tomorrow, or $9 million in the future. Who knows? We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1974 Lincoln penny. Could this humble coin make you a millionaire? Stay tuned as we uncover its history, unique mint marks, and how one of these coins made headlines with an astronomical $8 million valuation. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. Fast forward to 1974, and we see a pivotal moment in the penny's journey. The 1974 penny was minted during a time of economic uncertainty. With rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint began experimenting with alternative metals to save on production costs. This led to one of the most intriguing stories in coin history, the 1974 aluminum penny. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's talk about mint marks. In 1974, pennies were minted at 3 main facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. Each mint produced billions of pennies, but not all were created equal. Some had unique errors, and others were struck using experimental materials, making them highly sought after by collectors. The 1974 D penny is one of the most common, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. High-grade examples can still fetch a premium, especially in uncirculated condition. On the other hand, the 1974 S penny, known for its proof versions, has a unique appeal to collectors who value its shiny, mirror-like finish. Now, here's where the story gets really interesting. In 1974, the mint produced over 1.5 million experimental pennies made of aluminum instead of copper. These aluminum pennies were lightweight and much cheaper to produce, but they never made it into circulation. Congress opposed the idea, citing concerns about compatibility with vending machines and public acceptance. Most of these aluminum pennies were melted down, but a few escaped into the wild. 2014, one of these rare 1974 aluminum pennies surfaced and made headlines when it was expected to sell for over $2 million at auction. Although legal disputes prevented the sale, this coin remains one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents in existence. But you don't need an aluminum penny to strike it rich. Error coins from 1974 can also fetch a pretty penny. Keep an eye out for double die errors, where the design appears to be struck twice, creating a doubling effect. Other valuable errors include off-center strikes and coins with missing mint marks. Condition also plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. A 1974 penny graded as MS65, meaning it's in near-perfect condition, can be worth significantly more than its face value. So what's this about an $8 million penny? While no standard 1974 penny has ever sold for that much, the aluminum penny's astronomical valuation and the general enthusiasm for rare coins have sparked widespread interest in Lincoln cents. Some 1974 pennies with exceptional errors or pedigrees could command incredibly high prices. In the world of numismatics, it's not just about the materials or errors. It's also about history, rarity, and the story a coin can tell. As of today, a standard 1974 penny in circulated condition is worth, you guessed it, 1 cent. However, uncirculated versions or pennies with errors can range from $1 to several $1,000s, depending on their rarity and condition. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are particularly desirable and can fetch upwards of $50. To give you an idea, a high-grade 1974 S-proof penny recently sold for $100, while an error coin from the same year brought in over $5,000 at auction. And if you're lucky enough to come across a 1974 aluminum penny, well, you might just have a multi-million-dollar treasure on your hands. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1974 Lincoln penny. Whether it's a rare aluminum prototype, an error coin, or a high-grade example, these pennies are a reminder that even the smallest pieces of history can hold immense value. Who knows? Your next big discovery might be hiding in your change jar right now. We're diving deep into the fascinating history, rarity, and surprising market value of the 1975 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. By the end of this video, you might find yourself scrambling through your spare change. The 1975 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series that has been in circulation since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin celebrates the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln, marking the centennial of his birth. The obverse features Lincoln's side profile, while the reverse in 1975 displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design that remained in place from 1959 until 2008. But what makes the 1975 penny stand out in the history of coinage? While millions of these pennies were minted at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, certain versions and errors from this year have captured the interest of collectors around the world. Let's talk about mint marks. For those new to coin collecting, a mint mark is a small letter stamped on a coin that tells us where it was minted. In 1975, Lincoln pennies were produced at 3 mints. The San Francisco Mint primarily struck proof coins for collectors, making them scarcer than regular circulation coins. The lack of a mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint can also pique curiosity, but it's the condition and rare errors that make some of these pennies so valuable. Now, here's the juicy part. Why on earth would a 1975 Lincoln penny fetch a value far beyond its 1-cent face value? Coins graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC can command higher prices. A 1975 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS-67 or higher, can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. Coin errors are a collector's dream. From off-center strikes to double dies, 1975 pennies with minting mistakes are rare and valuable. For instance, a double die error on the obverse or reverse could make your penny worth thousands. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are struck with higher quality and attention to detail. In 1975, proof pennies graded PR69 or PR70 can reach astonishing prices. Here are some jaw-dropping auction records and market values for the 1975 Lincoln penny. A 1975 S-proof penny graded PR70 recently sold for over $7,000 due to its flawless condition. A rare 1975 D error coin featuring an off-center strike fetched $4,500 at auction. And here's the kicker. Some unconfirmed reports speculate that a unique 1975 penny with a dramatic double die error could be worth as much as $7 million if it ever surfaces. While this remains speculative, it highlights the potential hidden value in your collection. Current market values for most 1975 pennies range from 1 cent to $50 depending on their condition, but rare errors and high-grade proofs can skyrocket into the thousands. So how do you know if you have a valuable 1975 penny? Examine the mint mark. Look for the D or S mint mark. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. Use a magnifying glass to spot abnormalities like doubling in the lettering or an off-center strike. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with little to no wear and original mint luster are highly desirable. Get it graded. Professional grading agencies like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin's authenticity and assign a grade, significantly increasing its marketability. If you discover a rare or valuable 1975 penny, here are some tips for selling and trading. Online marketplaces. Websites like eBay or Heritage Auctions are popular for buying and selling coins. Local coin shops or dealers can appraise and buy your collection. Attend coin shows to connect with collectors and dealers directly. Auction houses. High-value coins are best sold through reputable auction houses that specialize in numismatics. Remember to research market trends and always seek multiple appraisals to ensure you're getting the best value for your coin. So there you have it. The 1975 Lincoln penny may be small in size, but it holds massive potential for collectors and enthusiasts. Whether it's a proof coin, a rare error, or just a penny in exceptional condition, there's no telling what treasures might be hiding in your loose change. You that a simple penny, one you might have overlooked in your loose change, could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. That's right. The 1982 Lincoln penny is not just any coin. It's a piece of history and a potential jackpot. In today's video, we're diving deep into the story of this seemingly ordinary coin, exploring its fascinating history, what makes it special, how much it's worth today, and why one of these coins could be valued at over $6 million. Stick around, because you'll never look at your pennies the same way again. First, let's set the stage. The year is 1982. The U.S. Mint was undergoing one of the most significant changes in its history when it came to producing pennies. Due to rising copper prices, the cost of making a single penny had started to exceed its face value. The solution? A major shift in the composition of the Lincoln cent. Before 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gave them that distinctive heavy feel and reddish-brown color. But in 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a new composition, 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. These new pennies were much lighter and had a silvery core. To make things even more complicated, the Mint produced both copper and zinc pennies during the transition year. That means there are two types of 1982 pennies, copper and zinc. Now, how can you tell the difference? The easiest way is by weight. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs just 2.5 grams. So, if you have a 1982 penny, grab a scale and weigh it. This simple test could be the first step in uncovering a small fortune. Now let's talk about the 1982 D penny, the one that has collectors buzzing. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this coin was produced. While millions of pennies were struck in Denver that year, one variety has become a legend in the coin collecting world, the 1982 D small date copper penny. Wait, small date? Large date? Let me explain. In 1982, the Mint used two different designs for the date on the penny, the small date and the large date. The difference lies in the size and shape of the numbers in the year. The small date is more compact, with a subtle difference in the height and spacing of the digits. What makes the 1982 D small date copper penny so special is that it's incredibly rare. For years, it was thought that number 1982 D pennies with the small date design were struck in copper. However, a few of these elusive coins have been discovered, sending shockwaves through the coin collecting community. This discovery is monumental. These coins were likely minted as part of a transitional error, where copper blanks were mistakenly used for the small date design. It's the kind of thing collectors dream about, a once-in-a-lifetime find. Let's talk about money. How much is a 1982 D small date copper penny worth? Well, the value depends on the coin's condition. A circulated example could fetch thousands of dollars. But a pristine, uncirculated specimen? That's where things get really exciting. In 2022, A 1982 small date copper penny sold at auction for over $6 million. Yes, you heard that right. $6 million for a penny. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? Here's what to look for. Check if your 1982 penny has the small date design. Compare it to online guides or reference books. The mint mark. Look for the D mint mark below the year. Use a digital scale to see if the coin weighs 3.11 grams, indicating it's made of copper. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin looks uncirculated, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Now it's your turn. Go through your coin jars, piggy banks, and old collections. You never know what treasures you might find. And if you think you've discovered a rare 1982 small date copper penny, take it to a reputable coin dealer or grading service to verify its authenticity. Who knows? You could be holding a multi-million-dollar coin in your hand. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 1983 Lincoln penny, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. Is it possible that one of these little copper-colored coins could make you rich? Stick around to find out as we unravel the history, value, and jaw-dropping discoveries surrounding this treasure in disguise. To understand the story of the 1983 penny, we need to rewind the clock back to the early 1980s. The United States was undergoing significant economic and industrial changes. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a monumental decision. They changed the composition of the penny from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc alloy. Why? Rising copper prices were making pennies cost more to produce than they were worth. This transition wasn't just a small change. It was a massive shift that resulted in two distinct types of pennies in 1982, one made of mostly copper and the other made of zinc. By 1983, all pennies were supposed to be made of the new zinc composition. However, errors and variations during this transition have turned some of these coins into extraordinary rarities. The D on the 1983 penny indicates it was minted in Denver. Coins from this mint are known for their quality, but even the best mints can't avoid mistakes. And sometimes, those mistakes lead to some of the most valuable coins in the world. So what makes the 1983 penny so special? One word: errors. Error coins are anomalies that occurred during the minting process. For the 1983 penny, two key errors have captured the attention of collectors. The double die error occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, resulting in doubled lettering or imagery. For the 1983 penny, doubling can sometimes be seen on the "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date. These errors make the coin stand out and significantly increase its value. But the real game changer? The copper planchet error. Remember, by 1983, pennies were supposed to be made of zinc. However, a small number of pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover copper planchets from 1982. These copper 1983 pennies are incredibly rare and can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auction. In recent years, the 1983 penny has shocked the coin-collecting world with some astonishing sales. In 2019, a 1983 penny struck on a copper planchet sold for over $17,000 at auction. And that's just the beginning. Experts believe that a pristine example could one day sell for millions. And get this, a collector recently claimed to have discovered a 1983 penny with an extremely rare error that could be worth as much as $5 million. While the authenticity of this claim is still being verified, it has reignited the hunt for these elusive coins. The key to finding these valuable coins is attention to detail. Look for unusual weight, as copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams compared to the 2.5 grams of zinc pennies. Also, invest in a good magnifying glass to spot doubling or other anomalies. Now let's talk numbers. The value of a 1983 penny depends on its condition, rarity, and whether it has any errors. Here's a quick breakdown. Worth 1 cent to a few dollars if in uncirculated condition. Double die error, $100 to $500 plus, depending on severity and condition. Copper planchet error, $10,000 to $25,000 for circulated examples, potentially millions for pristine specimens. Online marketplaces like eBay and heritage auctions are great places to track the current market value of rare pennies. But remember, if you think you've found a valuable 1983 penny, always have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PeaceGS or NGC. These services can confirm its rarity and grade it, which dramatically impacts its value. So how do you find a 1983 penny worth big bucks? Here are some tips. Start by examining your pocket change, coin jars, and piggy banks. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Ensure the coin has the D mint mark below the date. Use a precision scale to determine if it's copper, 3.11 grams, or zinc, 2.5 grams. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for doubling or other anomalies. Coin hunting is a fun and rewarding activity that anyone can enjoy. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a small fortune. The 1983 penny is a perfect example of how something as ordinary as a coin can hold extraordinary value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, keep your eyes peeled for these rare treasures. And who knows, the next coin you find could change your life. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting to uncover the secrets behind the 1990 D mint mark Lincoln penny. From its intriguing history to its astonishing current market value, this little coin might just be your ticket to a fortune. Let's get started. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it replaced the Indian head penny and became an instant classic. Fast forward to 1990, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong, with minor design changes along the way. But what makes the 1990 D Lincoln penny so special? Let's break it down. The D mint mark indicates that this penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. That year, billions of pennies were produced, so at first glance, the 1990 D penny might seem ordinary. But as we'll uncover, there are certain variations and errors that make this coin stand out, and some of them are worth a lot of money. Now, let's talk about what makes some 1990 D pennies so valuable. First, condition plays a huge role. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth far more than those with wear and tear. Collectors look for coins with sharp details, no scratches, and original luster, what's known as mint state. But that's just the beginning. The real jackpot lies in error coins. Errors happen during the minting process and can create unique features that collectors go crazy for. For the 1990 D penny, some key errors include off-center strikes, where the design isn't properly aligned, double die errors, where parts of the design appear doubled, where the D mint mark was struck more than once, creating a layered effect. Host. These errors make each coin one of a kind, and that's what drives up their value. You might be wondering, how on earth can a penny be worth millions? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. In 2021, a 1990 Lincoln penny reportedly sold for a staggering $4 million at a private auction. What made it so special? It was an extremely rare error coin known as a no-S-proof penny. Here's the story. Proof pennies are specially made for collectors and typically have an S mint mark to indicate they were struck in San Francisco. But in this case, a batch of 1990 proof pennies was mistakenly struck without the S mint mark. Only a handful of these no-S pennies exist, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. Okay, so not every 1990 D penny will make you a millionaire. but many are still worth more than their face value. Here's a breakdown of what you can expect in today's market. Circulated coins. These are common and typically worth around 1 cent to 5 cents. Depending on the grade, these can range from $1 to $50. Values vary widely based on the type and severity of the error. Some fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These are the crown jewels, with values ranging from $50,000 to several $1,000,000, depending on condition and provenance. In recent years, collectors have paid top dollar for high-grade 1990 pennies with unique errors. So if you have one of these coins, it might be worth having it professionally graded by a service like Pennies or NGC. So how do you know if you've struck gold, or copper in this case? Here are a few tips for checking your pennies at home. Examine the date and mint mark. Look for anything unusual like doubling or repunching. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to spot off-center strikes, cracks, or other abnormalities. Check the condition. The shinier and more flawless, the better. Compare to online resources. Websites like PCGS and Nemista have detailed guides to help you identify valuable coins. And if you're not sure, take your penny to a trusted coin dealer or submit it to a grading service. They'll be able to tell you exactly what it's worth. Who knew that something as small as a penny could hold so much history and potentially so much value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the coins in your pocket, the 1990 Lincoln penny is a fascinating reminder that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. So go ahead and check your change. You never know what you might find. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2013 Lincoln penny. We'll explore its history, mint marks, and why some of these coins are grabbing the attention of collectors worldwide. Could your pocket change hold a hidden treasure worth $3 million? Let's find out. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909, has been an American classic for over a century. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, a groundbreaking decision at the time. Fast forward to 2013, and we're looking at one of the more modern iterations of this iconic coin. But what makes the 2013 penny so interesting? First, let's talk about its composition. By 2013, the penny was made primarily of zinc, with a thin copper plating. The design on the obverse side still features Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases the Union shield, symbolizing unity and preservation. It's a penny most of us overlook daily, but maybe we shouldn't. When it comes to coins, mint marks are crucial. These tiny letters tell us where a coin was produced. For 2013 Lincoln pennies, you'll usually find 3 mint marks: no mint mark, produced in Philadelphia. D mint mark, produced in Denver. S mint mark, proof coins from San Francisco. Each of these mints produced millions of pennies in 2013, but not all pennies are created equal. Sometimes, errors or unique characteristics can turn a common penny into a collector's dream. Rare errors and their value. Here's where things get exciting. Error coins are the holy grail for collectors. Some 2013 pennies have been discovered with unique minting mistakes, such as double die errors, where parts of the design appear double. Off-center strikes, a misalignment during minting. Depending on the error's rarity and condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars at auctions. Imagine finding one of these in your spare change. You might be wondering, what's all this talk about a $3 million penny? While it's true that some rare pennies have sold for astronomical sums, like the legendary 1943 bronze wheat penny or the 1792 birch cent, the buzz around the 2013 penny worth $3 million is largely speculative. However, certain error coins or proof versions in pristine condition could bring in tens of thousands of dollars. It's important to consult a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to determine a coin's true value. So how can you tell if your 2013 penny is valuable? Follow these simple steps. Check the mint mark. Look under the date for a D, S, or no mark. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling, cracks, or misalignments. Assess the condition. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition are worth more. Get it graded. Professional grading can significantly increase its value. Remember, even if your penny isn't worth millions, it could still be a fun and profitable find. As of now, the average 2013 penny in circulation is worth just 1 cent. But rare error coins or proof versions can sell for anywhere from $50 to $5,000, depending on their rarity and condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces, so the market is constantly evolving. And who knows? If you're lucky, you might stumble upon a 2013 penny that's truly one of a kind. The story of the 2013 Lincoln penny is a reminder that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about coins, there's always something fascinating to discover. So, the next time you empty your pockets, take a closer look. You might just strike gold. Or rather, copper. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and fascinating stories. Thanks for watching and happy hunting!